All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Black 99 Philly. Tech. Blue 80. Blue 80. Richmond.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Down. Green the line.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Come back. Tech. Blue 80.
From the gun, here's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. 23 yards on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run here with Ingram. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning it, John Ross. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now a second down throw for Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. Mixon with a first down carry, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, here's Mixon. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Cousins now from the 50. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Now a handoff to Ingram. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they toss out wide to to Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. On fourth down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now Cousins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Richmond! Hey! Blue lady!
Here's Watson now on second down. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Mark Ingram with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans will add on to their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return.
Any return to get you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the ball is knocked out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Cousins on 1st down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Cousins to throw it. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Two incompletions haven't moved them any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways. But right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Now it's Watson. Goes underneath for Henry. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. Space to maneuver at the 40. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Coming left, it's Ingram. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down yardage. On the first play of the drive, 14 yards. A first down throw for Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Now the Bengals on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Cousins. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. He's got his man here. It's Green. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Cousins. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To the air again, it's Cousins. That's complete, right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. 3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Here's a run with Mixon, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, now here we go.
Cousins. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now 17-14. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They run. It's Mark Ingram looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Buying time to his left. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins now. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a 3rd-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there, and what a great play he just made.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the 1st half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the 1st half.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, Cousins. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Lambo on for the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now with the play clock winding down, Adam Gase says, let's take a timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. "30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Tiger. Down. Green to the line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going deep for Hopkins. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half, Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Here now, Johnny Townsend. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
To throw on second is Watson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. 47 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Down, back 22.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Another run with Sanders. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals have recovered it. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A gain of 39 that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. First down, here's Cousins. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Play fake, Cousins. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. To throw it is Cousins. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Watson on first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Throwing again is Watson. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Black 22! Black 22! Come back, come back!
Out of the gun, Watson. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 45 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Texans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And now here's Ross. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here, all right? Let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Green the line! Green the line!
On the counter, Ingram. Dancing away at the 35. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Come back, come back! Green the line! Green the line!
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And a nice gain at 21 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll give it to Mixon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. The bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
A handoff to Mixon. And he spins through. Oh, and now he bowls him over. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, so much for situational football, because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the 4th quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Cousins now on 2nd down. Green with a catch left side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Cousins. Incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
He'll get it up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And his kick is good. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Mark Ingram, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum, filet at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He scores 3 times.
Filet, 10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. Now Ross to return. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bengals getting set to go. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Mixon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Well, things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Back 22! Back 22!
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Now Joe Mixon. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Bengals hoping Mixon improves on the numbers from his rookie year. He's back there again on first down. Back to Mixon on first down. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Mixon with it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Cousins. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And here comes the Texans now. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week.
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Rolling to his right. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Cincinnati, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Houston, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.